Never ignore this, the hidden cause of nighttime urination. After 60. Have you been waking up 2 or 3 times every night to urinate, even though you barely drank anything before bed? You are not alone. Over 60 million Americans over 60 face this same frustrating problem. Many believe it is just part of getting older, something they simply have to accept. But here is what most doctors do not tell you. In more than 80% of cases, nighttime urination is not caused by a weak bladder or an aging body that cannot be helped. It comes from 5 specific daily habits that you can change starting today. The good news? You do not need medication or surgery. Simple adjustments to when you drink water, what you eat for dinner, and even how you position yourself in bed can help you sleep through the night again. Before we start, I want to ask where you are watching from and what time is it. Leave a comment below. If you like, please like and subscribe to the channel. The hidden truth. What your doctor may not have told you. When Robert from Phoenix turned 67, he started waking up 3 times every night to use the bathroom. During morning walks, his neighbors shared the same struggle. Everyone believed frequent nighttime urination was just part of getting older. But when Robert mentioned it to his doctor, he learned this problem had a medical name: nocturia. More importantly, it was not something he simply had to accept. Between 50 and 70% of Americans over 60 experience this issue. That represents more than 60 million people losing sleep every single night. Most assume their bladder has weakened, or their body naturally produces more urine at night. Medical research reveals a different cause. A hormone called vasopressin controls nighttime bladder function. In younger years, your brain releases this hormone after sunset, signaling kidneys to slow their filtering process during sleep. But after age 55, vasopressin production declines. Without enough of this hormone, kidneys keep working through the night at daytime pace, continuously producing urine. Your bladder also changes with age. It once held 16 to 20 ounces before signaling urgency. After 60, capacity often drops to just 5 or 6 ounces. Your bladder sends urgent messages when barely 1/4 full, like an oversensitive smoke detector. This creates serious problems beyond interrupted sleep. Each nighttime trip in darkness raises fall risk by 40%. Deep sleep is when your brain processes memories and clears cellular waste. Repeated interruptions impair cognitive function, causing mental fog and memory problems. Margaret from Cleveland felt like she moved through days in a haze. Exhaustion affected her patience and social life. But after making 3 evening routine changes, she slept through most nights within 2 weeks. Her clarity and energy returned completely. Here is the encouraging truth. Research shows 80% of nocturia cases stem from daily habits, not disease. The timing of water intake, dinner choices, and sleeping position all matter. Simple adjustments often produce results within 1 to 2 weeks. Let me show you the 5 habits causing nighttime bathroom trips and how to fix each one. Habit No. 1. The evening fluid mistake. Most Americans follow a common pattern with their daily fluid intake. They start with coffee at breakfast, sip a little water through the morning, and maybe have iced tea with lunch. By late afternoon, they suddenly realize they have barely drunk anything all day. So they try to catch up at dinner with a tall glass of water, a bowl of soup, and perhaps herbal tea before bed. For many Indian Americans, this includes warm turmeric milk, a cherished bedtime tradition. This pattern seems perfectly reasonable, even healthy. But it creates a serious problem for nighttime bladder control. Your kidneys operate on a natural rhythm connected to daylight and darkness. During morning and early afternoon, your metabolism runs faster and your kidneys filter fluids efficiently. They can process water quickly and eliminate waste without strain. But as evening approaches, everything slows down. Kidney function naturally decreases by 30 to 40% after sunset, as your body prepares for rest mode. When you drink large amounts of fluid in the evening, you force your kidneys to work overtime exactly when they are winding down. the fluid does not get processed the same way it would during daytime. Instead of being filtered and eliminated before bedtime, much of that liquid sits in your system and slowly trickles into your bladder throughout the night. This explains why 16 ounces of water at 10 a.m. causes no problems, but just 8 ounces at 8 p.m. sends you to the bathroom 3 times before morning. The 3-hour rule matters here. Whatever fluid you consume takes roughly 3 hours to pass through your digestive system, get filtered by your kidneys, and reach your bladder. If you drink at 8 p.m. and sleep at 11 p.m., that fluid hits your bladder right at midnight when you are trying to sleep deeply. Medical researchers recommend seniors consume 60 to 70% of daily fluid intake before 2 p.m. Remember that fluid means more than just water. Evening soup contains 6 to 8 ounces of liquid. Watermelon slices are 90% water. Bedtime chamomile tea adds another 8 ounces. These small amounts add up quickly. Dorothy from Michigan woke up 4 times nightly for 5 years. She tried medications and limiting water, but nothing worked. Then she discovered she was drinking 3 cups of herbal tea between 6 p.m. and bedtime. When she shifted that tea to mid-afternoon and limited evening fluids to small sips with medication, her life changed within 10 days. She now sleeps through most nights. Here are practical steps you can take today. Drink 48 to 64 ounces of fluid before 2 p.m. After 5 p.m., limit yourself to small sips only, no more than 4 to 5 ounces total. Take evening medications with just enough water to swallow them. Choose room temperature water over ice cold, as cold water irritates aging bladders. If you wake thirsty at night, take only 1 or 2 small sips to wet your mouth. This single timing change can transform your nights within 2 weeks. Habit number 2. The hidden diuretics in your kitchen. After adjusting when you drink fluids, the next step involves examining what you eat for dinner. Many seniors choose foods they consider healthy, only to wake up multiple times each night needing the bathroom. The problem is not always the quantity of food, but specific items that act as natural diuretics, encouraging your kidneys to produce more urine. When consumed in the evening, these foods increase bladder activity precisely when your body should be resting. Citrus fruits create significant problems. That orange you slice after dinner or the grapefruit you enjoy while watching television contains high levels of citric acid. This acid irritates the bladder lining in older adults whose bladders have become more sensitive with age. Just 1 medium orange eaten after 5 p.m. can increase bladder activity enough to wake you twice during the night. The acid also lowers urine pH, creating a burning sensation that makes your bladder want to empty when only partially full. If you enjoy citrus, eat it before 2 p.m. when your body can process it without affecting sleep. Raw tomatoes present similar issues. Many Americans love fresh garden salad with dinner, loaded with sliced tomatoes and cucumbers. But raw tomatoes contain oxalic acid, which increases urine production and irritates bladder walls. Cooking tomatoes breaks down much of this acid. If you want tomatoes in the evening, choose marinara sauce or roasted tomatoes instead of raw slices. Cucumber and watermelon are 95% water by weight. While they provide excellent hydration during hot days, eating them after 4 p.m. means all that water gets processed by your kidneys overnight. A single cup of watermelon chunks contains nearly 6 ounces of fluid your body must filter. Save these foods for morning or early afternoon. Coffee and chocolate both contain caffeine, a well-known diuretic that stimulates kidney function. Even decaffeinated coffee retains compounds that trigger increased urination. That after-dinner cappuccino or piece of dark chocolate may taste wonderful, but can cost you hours of sleep. Spicy foods and pickles increase thirst and irritate the bladder directly. That spicy curry or pickled vegetables create a cycle where you drink more water, which then fills your bladder during the night. Better evening alternatives include bananas, which provide potassium that helps relax bladder muscles. Cooked vegetables like steamed carrots or green beans offer nutrients without excess water. A small portion of ripe papaya aids digestion gently. Pear slices provide mild sweetness without high acidity. Plain rice or soft cooked grains fill you up without triggering your kidneys. James from Texas ate fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, and citrus dressing every night at 7 p.m. After switching to steamed broccoli and carrots with dinner and moving his salad to lunchtime, he slept through the night within 5 days. Small dietary swaps produce fast, meaningful results when you know which foods to avoid after sunset. Habit No. 3. The just-in-case bathroom trap. After adjusting fluid timing and evening foods, we need to address a habit that seems sensible but actually trains your bladder incorrectly. For generations, the advice has been to use the bathroom before bed even without feeling the urge. This preventive approach makes sense for children on road trips, but for adults over 60, it creates a problem that disrupts sleep for years. Barbara from Pennsylvania followed this routine for over 20 years. Every night, she used the bathroom just in case, even when her bladder felt empty. She believed this would help her sleep through the night. Instead, she woke up 2 or 3 times anyway with urgent feelings, yet barely produced any urine. She felt frustrated and confused about why her bladder sent such strong signals with so little urine inside. Your bladder is not just a passive storage bag. It contains sophisticated muscle tissue surrounded by sensitive nerves that communicate constantly with your brain. When you repeatedly empty your bladder before it reaches comfortable fullness, you teach those muscles and nerves to send urgency signals at smaller volumes. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University documented this phenomenon in aging adults. They found people who habitually use the bathroom preventively often develop overactive bladder syndrome, where the bladder signals urgency at just 5 to 6 ounces instead of the normal 12 to 16 ounces. Your bladder behaves like a car alarm adjusted to be too sensitive. It goes off when someone walks past, not just during break-ins. Studies from the University of Michigan Medical School show this retraining effect becomes more pronounced after age 60, when bladder nerves naturally become more reactive. The solution involves bladder retraining, a technique recommended by urologists nationwide. Only use the bathroom when you feel genuine, strong urges. Learn to distinguish between true urgency and habitual signals. True urgency feels like pressure in your lower abdomen, an unmistakable sensation that builds gradually. Habitual urges feel like mild thoughts or vague sensations that pass if you ignore them briefly. When you feel a habitual urge before bed, try distraction techniques. Take 5 slow, deep breaths, filling your lungs completely and exhaling slowly. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and calms bladder nerves. You can also do gentle stretches, read a few pages, or organize items on your nightstand. The retraining timeline typically spans 2 to 4 weeks. During week 1, you may feel uncomfortable as your bladder adjusts to holding more volume. By week 2, urgent signals become less frequent. Week 3 often brings significant improvement, with many reducing nighttime trips by half. By week 4, your bladder usually relearns proper capacity. Helen from Oregon woke up 4 times nightly for 3 years. After trying bladder retraining, week 1 felt anxious, but she persisted with deep breathing. Week 2 brought 3 trips instead of 4. Week 3 reduced it to twice nightly. After 1 month, Helen slept through most nights completely, waking just once around 5 a.m. She felt like she had reclaimed control over her body after years of frustration. Habit No. 4. Sleep position and the leg fluid mystery bladder retraining addresses one piece of the puzzle, but another hidden factor disrupts sleep for millions of seniors who never suspect it. This problem has nothing to do with what you drink or eat. It involves something that happens silently throughout your day while you sit watching television, reading the newspaper, or enjoying meals with family. During daytime hours, especially if you spend long periods sitting, fluid naturally pools in your legs and ankles due to gravity. You might notice slight swelling by evening, or feel that your shoes fit more snugly than they did in the morning. This pooling happens to everyone, but it becomes more pronounced after age 60 when circulation slows and blood vessels lose some elasticity. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that retired adults who previously had active jobs often experience significant leg fluid accumulation because their daily movement has decreased dramatically. Here is where the nighttime problem begins. When you lie down to sleep, that pooled fluid in your legs suddenly returns to your bloodstream and flows back toward your heart. Your kidneys, which had been processing a normal amount of fluid all evening, suddenly receive a surge of extra liquid to filter. They work overtime through the night, producing more urine exactly when you are trying to sleep deeply. This explains why you might wake up needing the bathroom even though you carefully limited your evening fluid intake. Sleeping on your left side helps reduce this problem significantly. Studies from the Mayo Clinic demonstrate that left-side sleeping reduces pressure on the bladder and improves blood flow. Place a pillow between your knees to keep your spine properly aligned and reduce lower back strain. Your head should rest on a pillow about 5 to 6 inches thick, keeping your neck in a neutral position without tilting up or down. Avoid sleeping on your stomach, as this position compresses the bladder and can trigger false urgency signals. Daytime strategies prevent fluid from pooling in the first place. Every afternoon around 3 p.m., elevate your legs for 15 to 20 minutes by lying on your couch with pillows under your calves. This allows pooled fluid to drain before evening arrives. While sitting during the day, rotate your ankles in gentle circles every hour to keep blood moving. Take short walks around your home or yard several times daily, as movement activates the muscle pump in your calves that pushes fluid back into circulation. Compression socks can help if you have visible swelling or varicose veins, but consult your doctor about the right compression level for your needs. William, from Arizona, combined both approaches with remarkable results. He started sleeping on his left side with a pillow between his knees and began elevating his legs every afternoon at 3 p.m. while watching his favorite cooking show. Within 10 days, his nighttime bathroom trips dropped from 3 times to just once around 5 a.m. He told me the combination approach worked better than either strategy alone, and he finally understood why his bladder had been waking him, despite careful attention to his diet and fluid intake. Habit number 5. Room environment and the temperature factor. Beyond sleep position and fluid management, your bedroom environment significantly affects nighttime urination in ways most people never consider. Temperature plays a particularly powerful role in kidney function and bladder activity. When your body gets too warm during sleep, it triggers responses that increase nighttime urination. First, blood vessels dilate to release heat, increasing circulation and blood flow through your kidneys. This elevated kidney activity produces more urine despite not consuming extra fluids. Second, sweating depletes body water, making you thirsty and prompting nighttime drinking, which creates more urine. Research from the National Sleep Foundation shows adults over 60 are particularly sensitive to temperature fluctuations because their bodies struggle more with internal heat regulation. The ideal sleeping temperature for most seniors ranges between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. This cooler environment allows your body to maintain its natural nighttime temperature drop, signaling your brain to stay in deeper sleep stages. Your metabolism slows appropriately, and your kidneys can rest along with your body. Fabric choices matter as much as room temperature. Synthetic materials like polyester trap heat and moisture against skin, creating a warm, humid microclimate that forces your body to work harder, cooling down. Cotton or linen pajamas allow air circulation, maintaining comfortable temperature without excess sweating. Choose loose-fitting garments rather than tight sleepwear that restricts movement and traps heat. Instead of one heavy blanket, use a layering strategy with 2 or 3 lightweight cotton blankets you can adjust as needed. Good air circulation helps tremendously. A small fan placed across the room, not directly on you, keeps air moving gently throughout the night. Stagnant air feels warmer than moving air at the same temperature. Humidity levels also affect comfort and kidney function. Very dry air irritates your throat and makes you thirsty during the night. Aim for humidity between 40 and 50%, using a simple humidifier if needed. especially during winter when heating systems dry indoor air. A practical bedroom setup includes setting your thermostat to 66 degrees before bed, placing a small fan on low speed in the room corner, switching to 100% cotton sheets and lightweight cotton pajamas, and keeping a dim nightlight near your bathroom path to reduce navigation anxiety. Sarah from Georgia initially made only one change. She lowered her bedroom temperature from 74 to 66 degrees and switched from flannel to cotton pajamas. Within 3 nights, she stopped waking up drenched in sweat. Within 1 week, her bathroom trips dropped from 3 times nightly to just once. She was amazed such a simple environmental adjustment produced dramatic results. As an unexpected bonus, she felt more refreshed each morning and experienced fewer headaches, benefits she had not anticipated from the temperature change. Your 7-day action plan. Now you understand the 5 habits disrupting your sleep. But knowing what to change and actually changing it are 2 different things. The key to success lies in gradual implementation rather than trying to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Your body has followed certain patterns for years, perhaps decades. Those patterns have created expectations in your kidneys, bladder, and nervous system. Changing everything at once overwhelms your system and makes it nearly impossible to identify which specific adjustment is helping most. More importantly, radical changes rarely stick. They feel too difficult, too disruptive, and you abandon them within days. Sustainable improvement comes from building one new habit at a time until it feels natural before adding the next change. Here is your step-by-step roadmap for the next 2 weeks. Days 1 and 2 are for observation only. Keep a simple notebook by your bedside and track what time you drink fluids throughout the day, how much you consume at each sitting, and what time you wake up needing the bathroom. Note whether you actually produce much urine or just feel the urge. This baseline data helps you see your current patterns clearly. Days 3 and 4 focus on shifting fluid timing. Start drinking 48 to 64 ounces of water between waking and 2 p.m. Set phone reminders if needed. After 5 p.m., limit yourself to small sips only, no more than 4 ounces total for the evening. Take medications with minimal water. Days 5 and 6 address your evening food choices. Remove citrus fruits, raw tomatoes, watermelon, and spicy foods from dinner and evening snacks. Replace them with cooked vegetables, bananas, or small portions of papaya. Notice how your body responds. Day 7 brings physical changes. Adjust your bedroom thermostat to 66 degrees, switch to cotton pajamas, and begin sleeping on your left side with a pillow between your knees. These environmental and positional changes work together with the dietary adjustments you have already made. Week 2 introduces bladder retraining if you still find yourself using the bathroom preventively before bed. Only go when you feel genuine urgency. Use deep breathing and distraction techniques when habitual urges arise. During week 1, you may notice small improvements like waking once instead of twice. Weeks 2 and 3 typically bring significant reduction in nighttime bathroom trips. By week 4, your new habits feel automatic rather than effortful, and sustained improvement becomes your new normal. Many people find themselves sleeping 5 to 7 hours straight, something they had not experienced in years. The timeline varies slightly for everyone based on how ingrained old habits were and how consistently you apply new ones, but patience and persistence almost always produce meaningful results. We have walked through 5 powerful habits quietly disrupting your sleep for months or years. The beautiful truth is, every single one sits completely within your control. You do not need expensive medications, invasive procedures, or complicated treatments. These solutions involve simple adjustments to timing, food choices, sleeping position, and bedroom environment that you can start making today without spending $1. Getting older does not mean accepting suffering or diminished quality of life. Your body still possesses remarkable ability to respond positively when given what it needs. The vasopressin decline and bladder sensitivity are real, but they do not doom you to broken sleep. Your body simply needs slightly different support now than 20 years ago. Better sleep transforms everything in your life. Deep nighttime rest sharpens memory and improves recall of names and appointments. Your mood lifts naturally. Energy returns to your days, making abandoned activities feel possible again. Most importantly, you dramatically reduce fall risk by eliminating dangerous trips through darkness. Your independence remains intact. Your dignity stays strong. Remember Robert from Phoenix at the beginning? He made these 5 changes gradually over 2 weeks. Today, 6 months later, he sleeps 7 hours straight most nights and takes morning walks with energy and enthusiasm. He told me recently that reclaiming his nights felt like getting a second chance at enjoying retirement. You deserve that same experience. You deserve peaceful nights and energetic mornings. Which of these 5 habits will you start changing first? Leave a comment below with the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Or, if this video gave you hope that better sleep is possible, simply type the word HOPE. Your message might encourage someone else feeling alone in this struggle. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications for our weekly senior health videos. Share this with a friend, family member, or neighbor quietly suffering through sleepless nights. Sometimes the greatest gift is knowledge that their problem has a solution. Small changes create powerful results when applied consistently with patience. Your journey toward restful nights begins with a single step. Until next time, may your nights be peaceful, your sleep be deep, and your mornings be filled with renewed energy and joy.